Hi everyone. Tom just started the video. Hi guys, we just did testing. We're gonna cancel. We start all over again. I'm sorry. We just finishing the malfunction. Oh, maybe Cheryl's gonna go there. Can you go there? Do you see? Okay, guys. Bye. All right. So hello everyone. This is kind of fun because we are trying this with Cheryl to talk to you. Obviously, neither of us know. Well, Cheryl knows what she's doing. I'm kind of like a little bit that I don't know what I'm doing, so bear with me. I'm gonna try to add Cheryl to our talk, and let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, send. I sent the invitation, and I see you guys watching us, and this is really funny. And okay, let's see if we can bring the Cheryl on the camera. Cheryl, come back here. Thank you guys for bearing with us because this is the part where we learn. I do wish that we as a star seeds or as a light workers that we are like this amazing with the technology, and I think that some of us have been just kind of like left behind with this, and we are not as great and tech savvy as we could be. And Cheryl, where are you? Anyway, so let me just, to welcome to all of you. I have no idea if the Cheryl's gonna come on or not because I don't know how to do it. So we're gonna practice, guys. I promise you that we're going to practice, and the next time when we're gonna try this is gonna be the amazing thing when we have it like all figured out. Now, you guys are all amazing. Like this group grew quite so fascinatingly fast that I think it surprised all of us. Okay, Cheryl has no inviter. Um, hmm. All right, Cheryl, let's try. All right. So this is gonna be. Yes, it's adding it. Oh, there she is! Oh my God!
Yay!
Thank you. Okay, my head is apparently cut off, so we look good, Cheryl. We look good. Okay. So guys,
You do too. Hi.
okay, so again, thank you guys for being here with us and just helping us to have that moral support for our first try to do this. I mean, this is such an amazing group. There's just so much of energy, right? There's just so much of going on that all I think our electronics are going crazy. My phone would not turn sideways. Then Cheryl was trying to find me, right? I was like non-existing member. Oh my goodness.
We're here now. Yay.
Yay. So, what should we talk about? What are your questions, guys? If you have a questions, write it down and so much on. Because, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I hope everybody had a beautiful Earth Day. I just wanted to start by saying happy belated Earth Day. And as the one who is excited to be bringing all of this beautiful energy to the earth, and connecting it into the earth and spreading it throughout the earth. I hope everybody had a wonderful Earth Day and took some time like we did here in Texas in our little gathering to send some light to the earth and some love to the earth. And we don't have to wait till August 11th, do we?
Absolutely, right? Yes. Oh, yeah, happy Earth Day, guys. We went on the beach yesterday. I was so exhausted yesterday. And then my daughter taught me to walk on the beach. It was like, okay, let's go. But then it was the most amazing time we had. It was a really, really nice time. And I was also sending the energy to the earth. And then I later on figured out it's really Earth Day. So I'm not going to tell you like I knew since from the morning. I was just plain down exhausted yesterday. So I needed to literally energize. But it's and I think this is what is part of this group about. And we sort of remind each other, what is it we're celebrating, what is it doing, what is it that we, can do, and that's a big part of the support each other. Because I know that somebody asked in the group like, what is it that we can do here? Because we kind of like grew fast, right? And what is it where we're gonna take it from now? So I think the purpose is really just, to grow as a community of the souls, doesn't matter if we know each other or not know each other, we do have that energy support that, hey, you have a bad day, we all have a bad day. You forgot about the Earth Day, well, we are all busy. We are mothers, fathers, girlfriends, friends, boyfriends, and party.
Hmm.
It's been a long day. And it's been a long day.
You're absolutely right. And yes, it's every day can be Earth Day. I think every day we can take a few minutes out of whatever we've got going on in our lives whenever it's convenient for us and just take a little time. I mean, that's a big part of what I do is sending light to places where I know it can help raise the vibration, where people are going through distress, physical distress, emotional distress, our earth in distress, conflict on the grounds, whatever's going on. Just taking a little time to do that makes a big difference. I love the energy of this group. My goodness, we've got all kinds of people joining, don't we?
Yes, yes, we do. The people that we know. And hi, everybody. Hi, Kahalia Love, and everybody, guys, and Angie, and the people that we know
Yes.
there, and the people that we didn't even know. It just came, and somehow it had happened, and we started meeting the most amazing people, right? And so I have been part of the groups before, but I try to stay out of it, to be honest, because there's always something going on. So that was one of my fear of the group. And this one is just like you come in and it's amazing. It just blows my mind because you just look in and you kind of re-energize and everybody's just in a harmony, right? I think that's a very big
Amen.
difference. And I do really feel that we all who feel called like to send that energy toward the earth and toward each other, to empower each other, that we do come with the same goal, and there's no that the bickering and judgment and I'm better than other, or my teaching is the better than somebody else. And I think that's the
Mhm.
really beautiful part of this group that I personally really enjoy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And everybody, Mario and I were talking about the group, and thanks for being here, Mario. And Tom, I just saw your post. Thank you so much for all that you've done to help us build this group and help us get our Facebook lives going and all the amazing stuff that both of you guys do to help us do this. Thank you. Thank you. And Mario and I were talking yesterday, and it's quite a drive from where we live to where we celebrated Earth Day. So we had plenty of time on the road, and just about how if everybody just shows up with their piece, right? Their one piece that they know in their heart, this is what I'm here for. That's the magic. And that feels like what's happening in this group. Everybody knows I'm just here for my piece and here's who I am and what I bring, and showing up with love. That's so beautiful. Thank you all for that.
Absolutely. Oh, there's Mario. Hello. Thank you for all you do. It
Hi,
it definitely is.
Heather.
Yes. And remembering that whatever we do, like the most of the time we spend coaching the people and reading for people and so much on, the most of the thing I think it goes back to it that we can use our energy in everyday life. So there's this Facebook that we have, or the group, and of course the goal is the group is excited to all of you wherever you live, that you create your own events. That this is really main con, that you go and that August 11 you create your events, and you create more events if you want to through the year, or prepare for it, or after, like keep that energy and the love going alive, keeping it going on. But really reminded ourselves that we take that energy home, that here we are in our community, on our online community, but then we come home and we are moms and we are do all our kind of the jobs, we are teachers and cooks, and we have a regular jobs, and that is part of your spirituality, a part of you always as it is, to bring that energy in everything that you do. It is not here, to have that secluded life in the community of the weirdos on the Facebook, and we are good weirdos, the good ones. It's good to be different. We always joke with our friends, like we are such weirdos that if somebody would listen some of our talks of the extraterrestrials and the energy and the Essenes, that they would just want to like commit us somewhere. But we are perfectly fine and the normal, and we live a normal lives. But anyway, the point is, that's on the joke side. The point is to bring that part of you in your everyday life. Don't seclude it anymore. That you come to the work, you bring up your energy. You let's say the classroom where you are a teacher. It's your workplace. It's your temple. It's your safe place for the children to walk in. We go to the store, we go, I don't know, go for the field trips with the kids. Where I was in the Saturday, that would wipe me out. I would hold that unconditional love for everybody, and that everybody's having a good time and it's safe and it's all good and stuff. That we do not we do not spread ourselves anymore. And that's what I see so much coming also of this event, that that we step in our energy, right? Like 30 years ago when there was a harmonic convergence, the people like us were weirdos with a big W. Now we are normal. We are a part of the normal society, and 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 yeah, that we just step in it. It's gonna be more normal, and it's okay, that somebody feels the energy, somebody's intuitive. I do wish that everybody, let's say in the medical field, would be trained in this kind of the energies and a training, because it would make you much better professionals, in my opinion, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
We have a good question here from GW Dyson. I guess you go by Dyson. Welcome. Thank you for watching. And you asked such a good question, right? About it's great when it's a beautiful day and we all feel good and we're all love and light. What about when we're not, when we're feeling blue? How do we access that space? And I think it's really finding what works for you, right? Sometimes it's crying it out. Sometimes it's letting it out so we can get to the happy space that's just past that. Sometimes we're trying to hold too much in. Sometimes it's asking for help and reaching out for a friend and saying, hey, I really want to shift my energy. And these are things that work for me and people that I've worked with. And if taking that time really, I think is the most important thing, is taking a break from the day and saying, I need to take care of me. What do I need right now? Do I need a bath? Do I need to cry? Do I need to go for a walk in nature? We talked about Earth Day. Nature is such a beautiful heart opener and healer. And sometimes it'll bring the tears that won't come. But it always brings us to what we need, right? It helps us get centered again. So those are some things I wanted to share to answer your question and to thank you for asking it. And Ava, what would you like to add to that?
So I'll say hi, buddy, because I know buddy. So that's the question. Yes, exactly what you said, to stay centered. And sometimes it just stay centered and stay neutral on the day when we have a bad day. Always says it depends how you relate to any event in your life. There may be the most horrible thing that happened to you. And maybe those things
Mhm.
happening for us to help us shift the life, to transit into something else that we're holding on so hard and we don't want to let it go, because we are the humans are just a creature of the repetitive behavior, and we like to hang on the all so much on. We are afraid to step forward into more positive and allow ourselves to be positive. So like you said, the
Mhm.
connecting with the nature, the staying focused, and just relating the things in a different way. I read the book The Art of Happiness from His Holiness Dalai Lama, and he co-wrote
Mhm.
it with um, this psychology, which I never can remember the name, I'm sorry, but it's The Art of Happiness. And there's just this one important sentence that really stuck with me. He says, well, you wake up in the morning and you choose what kind of the day you want to have, how you will relate to this day. Do you want to have a day full of suffering or the day full of happiness? And if you look at any, I would say, day that we have in our life, even the most exhausting and horrible day, and we can look at it, with this like, oh my God, and the drama, we will build up on the drama. If you look at it, it's like, okay, we can do this. Like, with this Facebook, we didn't give up. We were trying for the past 20 minutes, and it was just really working in a bad way. And then we laughed to it. And, there was a stress. I would not say there wasn't a stress, right? I was like, oh my God. And now we
Mhm.
have story to tell and laugh to it, and really shows you that out of the something, crazy happening in the beginning, something great and wonderful can happen where we connect together, when we, don't give up. I would say the big message is, do not give up when the things
Yes.
don't go right.
Yes. Yes, definitely. Hello, Anon. Thank you all who are commenting. And please, if you have anything you want to share, please let us know you're here and what you'd like to share. Oh, it cut one of
Okay,
those off and said
okay,
I have to
this one. For the
read it
past,
later.
okay, I'll read it. For the past 2.5 years, I have managed a legal brothel in Nevada for a living. I have encountered lots of ghosts and demons and spirits there at night, and then they disappear. Even though my job is controversial, do you guys think it is part of the plan to raise a vibration in a very low place? Yes, it is. There's no, I would say there's no controversial job. We all somehow choose where we're supposed to be. So we're gonna put the controversial things apart. We will not, compare which job is better or under which, to line it stands. The light workers are sent to do sometimes the dark and the difficult places on the earth. So I would say you've been there to really hold that light for everybody, and again, cleanse the place of the dark and negative energy, because in the places like that, you are open to the energy attachments. That I think is a big thing lately that we are awaking into. It has always been around, we were just not very aware of it. That there's a lot of spirit, demons, energy attachments that do like to attach to our auras, and they pry on our energy and they want to live through you or anybody else who is open to this energy. And so they do thrive in the lower kind vibrations energy, and it doesn't matter. You may have just a bad day. I walk out through and having a bad day, and I was like, go like have a little frustrating moment, and then you open yourself to this energy who does want to attach to you. So there's not really, to choose the right and the wrong. So I would say do the energy cleansing. I would say every day. That's for all of us, to really claim our vessel, claim our energy, claim our space, create the temples of light and the place that you work in. And again, doesn't matter. It may even be in the prison or the bad place, when you says, okay, this is the temple of the light, and we just invited a positive and light energy in it, and whoever is here has that chance. When there's a soul opening to the transformation, when that person walks in that place, it receives something. It receives the light. It's like that light initiation, right? And with that light initiation, it opens the new path or the choices that he, she can make. So I think that's really good, to work on it, and don't really get afraid. All these energies do feed of the fear and everything else,
Yes.
right? Do you want to add to it?
Yes. Well, I love that Heather commented here about perceiving things as good or bad, because I absolutely agree. It's not about good or bad. I see things in terms of frequency, vibration. And when we're in that lower vibration, those lower vibrational emotions or moods, then those lower vibrational entities and attachments are drawn to us. And as we raise our vibration and our frequency to those higher states that are light and unconditional love, there's a whole spectrum of them, but the more we can raise higher, the more we can, then they're not drawn to us. But a lot of times, people that are in hard places, like you mentioned, the prisons, or really sick and just kind of lost in the illness that they're experiencing or whatever, then we are very susceptible to that stuff, and we have to take care of ourselves in that way.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to read and, and talk at the same time.
Okay. You want to read the next one?
It has been very challenging to cope with the influx of information received as emotional catalysts. Yes, to the point of being exhausted. Is this a common thing? Absolutely. Haven't felt like that ever. Absolutely, it's common. The more empathic we are, the more exhausted we can get. And like Ava was just saying, I think it's important for us to manage our energy field in that way too. We have to take care of ourselves. As much as we want to be of service to the world, we can't be of service if we're empty. So I think it's really important that we take care of managing our own energy, our level of energy, and we don't have to let everything come in that comes at us. We really can manage that energy. Ava, do you want to share some tips on that?
Yes. So that you're feeling it more than ever lately, it is because that energy is speeding up and increasing. And even as a header, was commenting down there, likes attracts alike. To more, you are sort of frustrated, and there's too much of emotions. It's kind of like want to attract to more of it. So as you says, Sheryl, we have to be in a control of our energy. We can actually choose close to our energy, which means just to look at your chakras, pull them a little bit inside, and says, okay, now I am not sharing the energy. Then, that's gonna give you that little break, because we don't have to be open to energy 24/7. And once you learn to manage your energy, and then you learn more to have it open, and it can be just, for the work or those special things that you do, have it open, then you can learn to have it more and more open all the time. Then you start managing. When I'm walking outside, do I feel, I don't know, I feel suddenly I feel angry. And you says, is this my anger or is it somebody else's anger? And you start asking those questions and communicating with your body. Is it me or is it someone else? Or suddenly, I suddenly will be, I will talk to somebody and suddenly I get angry at the Tom that he didn't wash the dishes without out of the reasons, which could happen. And then I feel like, is this really, my reasoning that I'm really upset at my husband because he didn't wash the dishes? Or is it somebody, from these people that are here that are upset with the husband? Often it happens that when we perceive this emotional, I don't want to say the attacks, this emotional energy that keeps coming and coming and coming, we like to translate it with our own language, what happened to us, what have happened from the past, versus it may have nothing to do or may have nothing to do with us. So start a really good communication with your body. Is it me? Is it somebody else? Do I just have to send unconditional love? If it's me and something came up, then I will sit with it. Why do you feel like that? Why do you feel upset? Because you are afraid of something. Why are you afraid of? Or because I failed at something, here in the past. So, well, because you failed in the past, should you be failing again? Or is it relevant to feel fearful about it right now because it's not relevant anymore? Go and resonate with it. Really go with it, and don't be afraid of these energies. Don't make it like, oh my God, I cannot go out there because I'm feeling so much. I'm an empath so much on. On the contrary, it says, okay, being an empath is such a gift. It saves lives. It makes you a really good worker at anything. I don't want to say just a healer, but in anything, I work with a lot of teachers and I do teach them about the empathy, because if you can feel what a child is there feeling, why he or she cannot finish the homework and writing, not because it's busy or lazy, but because there's some problem going on, then that is a gift. We have to learn to use our empathy in the most beautiful and helpful ways, instead of just keeping bombarding us and that we are tired and cannot go on with the day.
That was perfect. That was perfect. Now we're getting a question about limiting exposure to social media. And before I even read all of that, I just want to say I think it's important because there's a theme going here, right? Do I limit my exposure to people that are of lower vibration, places that are of lower vibration, social media? I think the whole definition of this era that we're living in right now is what I loved, the language that you had. We have to manage this vessel. So we have to really take ownership of what is taking care of us. And it's interesting because there can be a balance there. So on one hand, saying, I'm not feeling like this is good for me right now, so I need to be away from it, is a good thing. Also, it's a good thing to say, why is this triggering me? What is this trying to show me about myself? So sometimes it's not about pushing away everything that doesn't feel good. Sometimes it's about allowing ourselves, and I feel, to see what it's trying to show us. And what is that trying to show me? And is there a way that I could see that differently for myself? Or is that something in myself that I want to heal, right? There's so many different ways that we can look at this. I don't think any one thing all the time is healthy. Some people tell me that their social media is filled with this kind of news or that kind of news. The beautiful thing about like Facebook is we can select who we follow and who we don't follow and still be friends with them. I may have somebody who's a very opposite type of person as my friend, but that doesn't mean I want them in my face every day on social media or in the world, right? So I unfollow them and drop by their profile once in a while to see how they're doing and filter some of that out. So I really think there's a balancing act here between, is this something for me to learn from and grow from? Have I had enough and I need to unplug? Am I filling up my own energy and taking care of myself? Or am I being drained by it, right? Like there's all of that, right, Eva?
Yeah, it is. I totally agree. And there are the days when I feel like I had it done with all the people interaction. I just have to take day back and, shut everything off, and I don't communicate with everybody and I cancel everything and take that day to myself to recoup. But then I know that it's like really escalating and I need that energy, the day out of the energy. But the rest of it, again, we cannot run away from everything that is now ruffling our feathers. Now, Anna, you mentioned that you have a podcast and that you are getting stomach pains or migraines. I'm assuming when you're doing the podcast, interviewing the people. Could that be that there's just too much of energy, that these people may be stressed? I know that, I don't know, there's a lot of things that you don't know, I think, behind it. Like Sheryl was my first person who ever interviewed me on the podcast. I was so nervous, but of course, you kind of try to pull it together. You know what you talk about, and you want to sound good, and you are really excited, but you are really nervous. But those people behind it try not to show it up. But there's, this like, will I know the answer to the question? What if I forget everything? What if nothing comes? What if the guys are not gonna do? There's always so much. So people behind it are stressed. And what you do, you may feel because it's the stomach pain or the migraine. So I do have a feeling you are just sponging on their stress. Was really, to help me, like when I talked to the Sheryl prior our podcast, I mean, her voice just calmed me down, and she just talked to him for about, I don't know, you talked to me like 5 or 10 minutes, and you just put me down, and I was like, okay, I can do this. And I was just, even since then, that was the best podcast I have ever done. Because Sheryl, it is honestly true, and I've been on a few of them. But with you, was like, I just feel like, everything's okay and good, and I could be myself and relax. And that, I think, is a gift that person who does interview to the others, to put everybody in that ease, to set that light. So let's say, when I work with the people, and I get overwhelmed too because I'm on the phone the whole day. So I found a way that I cannot hold the phone to my ear, that I have this special set of the headset that I just plug to my phone so I don't get all that, the vibrations or some the frequencies, which do give me headache. Or with a computer, I do have so many crystals around, so much on to protect my energy field. But then again, with the people that I work with, I do sponge, their problems and this and that. I would feel the pains to it. By the end of the session, you take a deep breath and you says, okay, I'm going to disconnect myself from all this energy, from everybody that I talk with today, or from this particular person that I talk with today. And again, you take care of your energy field. Do unwrap yourself with the rainbow and so much on. I would say that goes for the work. Then, for the internet, and really choose what is it that you want to watch. I mean, this is a great controversy in our house. Like, Tom really likes to watch the war movies, and I cannot watch them. Or him and my daughter, they watch the horror movies, and me and my son were like, no, they make a fun out of it. But we consciously choose that I just don't want to watch it because it brings my energy down, and I feel like I feel like it's happening live, and feel for all those people. So that is something that I know I don't like to do, and Tom is understandable. And this is like, it's fine, we watch it with little Eva. We call my daughter little Eva, even though she's big like me now. And me and Ethan, to watch some comedy or something. So you choose what works for you, what doesn't. Sometimes we do, and we read, all these things because we want to know what's happening in the world. And then if it's too much, you filter it out. You says, I want to release all the negative energy that goes out. The last thing that what I want to point to it is that we cannot really shelter ourselves from the media and the world, for the reason that we are literally coming back into the days of Atlantis, which we do remember on the soul level. And Atlantinians did live in the highly evolved technology, and that's where we are going. We sort of have to learn to manage to keep our spirituality and our pureness and be in the world of the technology, and somehow find that right way. Like, it doesn't come natural to us, and we go like, oh, we don't want to do it. Like, look at us, with a phone and podcast, right? The thing right now, trying to put it all together. But we do stepping into a very advanced technological age, and we need to keep up with it somehow, because that's how we connect together. If you think of it, guys, like today, here are 13 people who are watching us live, who live somewhere in the different places that we would not be able to meet in one place, and that is a gift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And one of my teachers, I just loved that she shared this with me because I've never forgotten it. It's like imagining that we are a pitcher, right? And if we fill ourselves with light, if we completely fill ourselves with light, that other stuff can't get in because we're full of light. And as we give it out, as we give out this light, as we give out this love, we have to remember to keep filling ourselves. It's to be in this vibration, we have to come to a place of loving ourselves, taking care of ourselves all day, every day. If I'm feeling depleted, if stuff's triggering me, do I need to take a break and go fill myself with light and love again? Because I'm obviously giving it all away and not taking care of myself. And so if it reminds me, or maybe I'm letting everything else in, and my chakras can be like like screws that screw something tight, right? So I can let a little out or a little in or a lot out or a lot in. I need to be managing that energy. All of this vessel is about energy and frequency and what am I letting out and what am I bringing in and am I refilling myself? So I thought that was a pretty interesting way to look at it too, and kind of manage it throughout the day.
Yeah. Yep. I totally agree. Right? Heather says
And see,
balance.
this group is beautiful that we get to do this together. How nice that we can come together and have a conversation and help people through their week on a busy Monday just because we have this group. Thank you all for being part of this.
Thank you for being part of this, and thank you for everything that you do, and for
Yes.
to really get excited about the message that we had to go and to create your own groups. And I think that's what we can end up with today, right? Really get you excited. We want you to go and create your groups, create your gatherings. Hi, Krista. That's my buddy from here. And I think here in the South Carolina, we will do the gathering on the Folly Beach. We're still playing with the idea how we're gonna do it. I know that you should all have it all figured out, right?
Well, we're getting there. Yeah.
I met another lady, the Silk Cat from the Tennessee that I know. So I know they're gonna do the gathering at the Tennessee. I know that she's gonna post out the details, and that's literally what we want you to get excited about. If you live, nowhere close to us, try to get a local group. Try to make a picnic and so much on. And if you feel like you're not the organizer, and you wanna do the group, then be at home, do with your family, get your buddies, share the Facebook Live. I think we're gonna be out, so I don't think we're gonna do the Facebook Live. But that is the time when we all are empowered. We are all empowered all the time. I keep about thinking about it so much lately, that how we live in this world and so many people feel so powerless, feel like here I'm living in some kind of the part of the country when it's unfortunate or there's not much space for the growth, and of course there's space for the spiritual growth, but sometimes we feel so stuck. I mean, I grew up in the Czech Republic, in very poor part on the corner up there, so I know how it is to feel stuck and you feel you cannot. But then there's this magical way of the following the light, and somehow you may find your way. And even if you don't, you have to find it within your heart, and you have to feel like, I can make a change in this world. I can be the frequency holder, and that's what matter. That there's this crystal in the earth, but we each are individually a crystals that's shining in this world. And the more crystals we get to shine, the more get excited to shine, that they are not afraid or scared to shine, the our light will be seen, and our light will literally create this nuclear explosion all around the earth. And one vision I had was that on the August 11, when we start, I believe in the Australia, I'm not really 100% sure where the sun starts first, I'm sorry about that, that it's like this global hug that's gonna go at 111 all around the earth. It's literally gonna go to heaven for the 24 hours around, and that is a beautiful thing when we all come to the same consciousness. And then 30 years later, I think we're still gonna be alive, right? We're still gonna be around. We'll be like these two old ladies saying, "You know what we did 30 years ago?" And that's it.
That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, please post your event in our group. Go into stay in the within the group here, click create an event and post your event. If you want to have anybody around at all to come join you, we've posted our Texas event, and I hope there will be others in Texas and wherever anybody wants to do this. And just, yes, we are the ones we've been waiting for. This is the time. It's time to bring this energy back into the earth and radiating back out into the universe, and use our bodies as the beautiful beacons they are to channel this light and love. It's going to be amazing.
Absolutely. And Anand, you mentioned here that you are doing this in a Spanish, in the Spanish language, and bringing it to Hispanic communities. I think that's wonderful. That's really beautiful. I have a friend who's just gonna go to the Czech Republic, so she says she's gonna bring it up there and talk to more people in the Czech Republic about it. So yes, guys, you speak the different languages. please translate it, talk about it, bring all the awareness about it. And yeah, absolutely. That I think is absolutely amazing. That's what it is all about. I know there was somebody in the group from the Africa. I know Tom was talking to somebody from the Africa. I don't remember who it was, but that they're gonna do their local group up there and post it here. Go into the events, post it. We will try to promote your event as much as it's all our event, but I mean all of it that is posted. We will promote it. We talk about it. We will promote it because we we want all of us to be successful. I think that this is the beauty, and this is why I think this group really grow. This is not about Cheryl or me or anybody just else. This is about all of us. This is every single of us to be successful and shining our light out in this world.
Yes, we are one, and that's what we're celebrating, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for joining us tonight and for taking time out of your busy Monday. This was wonderful. If you want us to do more of this, or if you have ideas for what you'd like us to come on and come live and talk with you about, please reach out and let us know, or post it in the group. Post whatever you want. This is your group, and thank you for the energy. It's amazing. I can go by the group anytime, day or night, and there's so much love being shared there. It's just beautiful.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much, guys. Yes, post your question. Post what you want us to talk about, or we will talk about it. I talk a lot. Cheryl talks a lot. We are talkers. We like to talk. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody be
Yeah.
here shining your light. And it was such a great, great honor to be here with you. Thank you, Cheryl, for teaching me how to do this.
Oh, thank you. And thank you, Tom, for helping too. And Mario for your help beforehand. Thank you guys all.
All right. Bye. Have a good night, guys. Or day, wherever you are. I
Bye.
love you.